Okay, so we are at Eldora Speedway this week for the Four Crown Nationals. If you're not familiar, USAC Silver Crown, Sprint Car, Midgets, and All-Star Sprint Cars. 4 classes. They do it every year. It's become bigger and bigger. We got cars parked everywhere. We're literally against the fence in the pits, and they got a hauler parked here. We literally had to move our chairs so the hauler could park there. They're cramming them wherever they can fit them at the moment, which is kind of weird, but hey, we could sit somewhere else. It's not a huge deal. Brought my wife with me tonight, so kind of watching a little, filming a little, doing pictures a little, kind of doing a little bit of everything. A lot of cars here though, which is a good thing. If you're not familiar, 1998 is the only year one driver won all 4 features. That's Jack Hewitt. He is here. We saw him pulling in actually. My wife about went nuts. I want to meet him. I said, go say hi. Oh, too much of a chicken. So anyway, we're gonna walk around the pits, see who's all here, and then once we get some racing action going, we'll fire up the camera again. Well, thanks for following along, everybody. Remember, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. The one and only Duane Hancock in the wild. Notice all of his friends with him. I'd be none. There he goes. Bye, Duane.
Beautiful gazelle.
Everyone, finally done with all the preliminary stuff. I say preliminary a lot in these videos. When I say preliminaries, I mean hot laps and qualifying. We got heat races to do yet. Moving right along on time. I gotta do Silver Crown hot laps at some point. I guess they're not doing those right away, which is fine. But they move right through qualifying really quick, which is awesome because I hate watching qualifying. But still, got through it really quick, which is good. 42 All-Star Sprints, 35 USAC Sprints, and just a little over 20 Midgets and 27 Silver Crown cars. Usually they're low on midget count here just because it's such a big track. This is the only race they do. So a lot of the smaller local teams don't try to. That's my wife. A lot of local teams don't try to, don't come because they don't have bigger motors or the horsepower to get around here. But moving along, which is good. Doing a little track work, doesn't need much. Track's sitting pretty good. But yeah, heat races coming up next. I don't know what's next. Stop. I don't. All-Star Sprints will be the first heat races, then USAC Sprints, and then Midgets, and then Silver Crowns are only running a feature, so they don't do heat races. They just qualify, then run a 50-lap feature. But cool. Yeah, had a few people actually recognize me and talk to me, which is interesting, which is awesome. Love it. If you ever see me out and out, or with my wife, stop. Feel free to come out and say hello. But yeah, moving the show right along. Said they're starting heat races at 8, 7:45. So good job by the track and the series getting everything around. It was chaos down here for engine heat. So what they did was they pushed engine heat for the sprint cars, all-star sprint cars, I gotta specify there, and then started their hot lap session. Well, then on the lanes in the infield here, they started doing engine heat for all the other classes. Well, the weird part is there's like 100 cars in the infield tonight. It's packed down here. It was crazy dangerous. There's people crossing the lanes when they're not supposed to. There's safety workers yelling at people. It was just a dust bowl. So hot laps are going on the track, so it's super loud. You know, you can't hear what's going on, and then, you know, that's going on behind you. It was kind of hectic, but they got through it. Got everyone, you know, motor fired and everything. So, like I said, moving right along. Heat race action will be coming up next. We already got one in the fence. Justin Peck took a nasty ride, but he's A-okay. Had to do some fence repair, but cars are back on track, ready to go. First heat race for the All-Star Sprints. Okay, all the heat races, B mains, all that stuff is now done. It is time for heat races now here for the 4 Crown Nationals. Here, let me point the camera at the right, there we go. It's now time for features at the 4 Crown Nationals. 42 sprint cars, like I said. Looks like we're doing the midget feature first by the cars they're pushing out. Been a pretty good night. They're moving the show right along. Had a couple early red flags, but everything's pretty much run pretty smooth ever since. So a lot of racing with 4 classes on the card, but they do it every year and they're used to it. So wife's here, she's having fun. Apologize if I don't get great footage, as there's so many freaking photographers and people here tonight. There's nowhere to shoot, so I'm doing the best I can with what I got, where I can, to shoot some footage. But just shy $18,000, just over $18,000 for the 50-50 tonight. So that's a pretty big number. A lot of people here, not a record crowd by any means, but big for a single day type show like this. But feature time coming up, 4 Crown Nationals, last race of the year here at Eldora until spring, I guess. Can't wait for next year, but hey, we got to wrap this one up yet tonight. Features coming up next. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry, as you may notice, the Silver Crown race was not on there. I just got hot laps. We actually had to leave that night. It was about midnight when we left. We had to get home. We had dogs we had to let out, all that kind of stuff. And we had a 2-hour drive home. So I apologize for not getting the Silver Crown feature on there. It was the last event of the night. We love the Silver Crown series. Cody Swanson's been on our podcast before. You know, he's pretty well good friends with Duane. Anytime he's around, you know, him and Duane talk. So Silver Crown's right there. We love the old school, Silver Crown history and all that stuff. Definitely wasn't because we don't like Silver Crown that we didn't hang out. We just had to get home. So I apologize for that, but still a good night at the 4 Crown. The show moved on really quick. Like I said, it was still midnight, but that's 3 features. They had to qualify 3 of the 4 classes. The Silver Crown qualifying they did the Friday night before. But it's just how it is sometimes. You know, 4 main event classes, 4 headline classes, and one place. It just takes a little while to get through everything, regardless of how many cars are or are not there. They had like 40 some, all stars and all that stuff. So it was just a night. Like I said, nothing delayed really by much. Just a night with a lot of cars, and they had to get through them all. So again, sorry there's no Silver Crown race on there. Hopefully I can make it up to you guys in the future. But until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we've got some other stuff coming up. We're getting towards the end of the race season here. So we're going to have some things up our sleeve, hopefully, to keep you entertained throughout the winter. But we'll see how it all unfolds. Again, smash that subscribe button. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Tell your friends, tell your family. Like I say on the podcast, we appreciate each and every one of you for watching and listening and following us on social media. If you want a decal, we get free decals away. I don't know if I told you that. Go over to one of our social media pages, message us your address, and we'll send you a free Dirt Nerds decal. Simple as that. So that's it for me. Hope you all have a great rest of your racing season, we'll say, as it is a gloomy day out here where I live. Again, we'll try to keep more stuff coming for you. Sorry we're a little late on this one, but hey, better late than never. That's what I always say. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.